Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, I'm your host Brian Lockerman, and today on the show I have Matt Brimigion. He is the owner of Mrs. Olson's restaurant in Channel Islands in Oxnard. Welcome, Matt.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, it's my understanding that you have gone through a lot with your restaurant with all the pandemic and everything. Is that correct?
Yeah. Myself and several of the restaurants decided to stay open during the shutdowns, and I know the Pizza Cookery here in Thousand Oaks. They're the only restaurant that stayed with me the whole way, all the way through, and fought it all the way out. But we got hit with some heavy charges.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yeah. So how did that play out after all that?
Well, we won.
You did.
We beat them,
Okay.
and we took our case out of the county, took it to federal, and sat in federal for I would say about 120 days, and none of the judges at that time wanted to make a ruling. They were all too afraid to stick their neck out. So the county was begging for it to come back down to the county level so they could railroad us with their judges. But lo and behold, they forgot that the head of the health department for Ventura County, now we could, start questioning him, and you just have to bring forward all the facts. And 2 days later, they dropped all the charges.
Well, that's great. I mean, it was sad seeing all these businesses go under because of this thing.
It's terrible. There's people that'll never recover.
Exactly.
They're taking loans out, they're borrowing money, and and now the economy, the way it is now, it's not like it's booming for restaurants. So they're still struggling, and I know a lot of people that just lost their business completely.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: did you get any threats while you were staying open by anybody, like threats from other people or anything like that?
Oh, it's probably maybe 15, 20 death threats.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. They became comical after a while, but it's just you don't know who they're from, but they would tape them to the door.
Really?
When we come in, there'd be one, or they hit you on social media with different things, and I did a lot of speaking. So we'd go to public rallies, and you'd have the Antifa there, and these other groups that were trying, but it never really worried me.
Exactly. Now, do you ever fear for your life that maybe you might want to maybe purchase a firearm to protect yourself at one time?
I've thought about it, but I've just never really been a firearms guy. My dad was in the Marines in LAPD, so we had guns around the house growing up, but I was always just I never really felt the need to have a gun. But now with the way things are now, with the restaurant business, we don't really have that much cash. Everybody's, back in the day, you're carrying a lot of cash.
Yeah.
But now, it's, 95% credit cards. So,
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm walking out of the restaurant with a bunch of cash on me and stuff like that. But, I've looked into taking the whole course, and get my gun. I'd like to do that, but it's just, I got to fit that time in.
Exactly.
For the business.
So then what's your thought on the Second Amendment?
Oh, I'm all for it.
Good.
I'm 100% for it. Just because I don't carry a gun,
Exactly.
it doesn't mean that someone else shouldn't have a right. It's, that's what it's there for. That's what the whole Constitution's there for.
You're exactly
and
right.
people can, make their own decisions. And I don't think that you should tell somebody, hey, you can't carry a gun just because they don't think it's right.
Yeah.
That's what part of America's being about. Is we can agree to disagree. But things are lined up, so it all falls in line. So
That's well spoken. So you started some kind of organization too, correct?
yeah. The Brave Coalition. It's businesses representing American values and enterprises.
Okay.
And that started with a small group of us, the Pizza Cookery, the Cronies, and VSF Gym. We all kind of got together. And it grew really quick because at that time there was really nobody standing up for the businesses, and all these people were shut down. So within a month we grew to about 150 people. About 2 months later we're over 250, and now we're over 500 people, members, and about 220 business owners.
Well, how could someone find you and sign up for that?
It's just sort of kind of word of mouth.
Yeah.
And then we were making a lot of traction, making a lot of ground. We were in the paper quite a bit, and with our case, And last November, I did a huge rally over in Wainimi, and I had some of the top speakers around the country come. And our online presence, we had 2.2 million people viewing the rally.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot at that time they were doing these rallies out in the middle of these parks and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But I didn't want to have to deal with people coming in and trying to, Antifa and just make a
Yeah.
problem. So we did it at the Oceanside Pavilion in Wainimi, and it was first class.
Oh, wow.
We had nice
Nice.
LED boards. It was safe in there, and it was a great platform for us, and we gained a lot of traction there too.
Very good. Now, do you have a website for this?
Yeah, it's Brave Coalition USA. You can go
Okay.
to that,
So
and
people can go check you out there and see what
yeah,
it's all about and everything?
yeah. There's another Brave Coalition. It's a breast cancer coalition, or for breast cancer in Denver. But you just put the USA at the end of it. And,
USA. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll tell the audience again once we're done here
yeah.
how to find you. So back to the gun ownership thing. So you said it's maybe something you might want to look into one of these days, correct?
Right.
But and you'd want to do definitely safety training first before you purchase that gun and bring it into your business or your home, correct?
Yeah, I actually went into the gun store in Oxnard and talked to one of the guys there, and he gave me the lowdown on the whole process.
Okay.
So I could have a concealed weapon, and it's just a matter of making time for it now.
Yeah.
And I think once we get past this moment in time, another year from now, I'll have more time and be able to, because if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. I don't want to kind of just
Yes.
fumble through it, and because I've never really had the need to feel like I had the gun.
Yeah, I understand that. I get it.
I kind of grew up playing football, so
Yeah.
kind of felt like hey, if I could play football and need a gun for it. But
There you go.
but in the way the world is now, you can't go wrong having a gun on you.
I know, and even though you don't end up buying that gun, just getting trained and knowing the safety features about a gun and everything like that, it's very good knowledge to have. You never know when you might need that.
Oh
someday,
yeah. We
know?
back in I was in Maryland for 30 years. I got a football scholarship back there when I was 19, and just recently moved back here. But they have some amazing gun ranges out there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
almost like a golf course. You go
Uh-huh.
18 holes, and then you have different pucks and you shoot it. Yeah, and so but I enjoyed that.
Good deal, good deal.
Yeah.
So now you've never then actually owned a gun ever in your life? Is that what?
No, I've never.
Never.
No.
Okay.
My dad did. Being
Yeah, of course.
in the military and being a police officer, but I never have.
So other than that, but you did do some shooting
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah.
Handgun, rifle. What was it?
The shotgun.
Shotgun. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
my shoulder was killing me at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No doubt about it.
yeah.
Well, it's very now. The restaurant, Mrs. Olson's. What kind of restaurant is it?
Miss Olson's has a lot of history. It's actually we're coming up on our 50-year anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it started as a small little coffee hut right in Hollywood Beach, and it held about 50 people. And about 6 years ago, my dad ended up moving the business over into the harbor side,
Okay.
and it holds over about 350 people, and we're just as busy, because
Wow.
it's been there forever. Everybody knows it. It has a great history, and when COVID took place, I was the only one open, so we had
Yeah.
a lot of people coming, but I knew I needed to win the people, and
Uh-huh.
get the people. So the whole reason I was staying open was to give people, something normal. Something
Yeah.
that they could go sit inside and eat and be next to somebody and talk and not have masks all over their face and all this other stuff. So,
I know
I started doing live music too as well.
Really?
So on the weekends, I would do Saturday and Sunday live music.
Mhm.
And it was amazing, because once we started doing the live music, people were coming in, and, I'll never forget the one lady. I was walking by her table, and she said, "Are you the owner?" And I said, "Yeah." And she grabs my hand, and I look down at her, and she has tears coming down her eyes.
Really?
And she says, "I've been so depressed. I forgot what live music does to you, and just that feeling right there was worth the whole fight,
Oh,
and just to see that, and, you see these families out there at that time with their kids,
Uh-huh.
dancing, and kids are talking to other kids, and they're not masked up, and,
Yep.
6 feet apart. I never recognized COVID at all. I never put up a sign or
No.
nothing. I never, so, I told the health department, I said, "Look, if you think I have COVID in here, you can come in and swab my entire restaurant."
Uh-huh.
They never set one foot in my restaurant, So,
Yeah.
I knew from then it was just, hoax, but
Oh yeah.
it is what it is, and you know, we fought it and we won.
Well, I tell you, it's people like you that make a difference. Seriously, I really do appreciate what you have done.
Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you,
100,000,000%.
thank you.
There's a restaurant called Novo Cafe in Westlake. I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah.
They stayed open through the whole thing as well. Are they part of your thing? Your
Yes, they're members of Brave.
They
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Matter of
great.
fact, um, when they decided that they were going to stay open, you know, I had met with the owners and sort of helped them out, you know, and then you know, we worked together. We've actually had probably 3 or 4 Brave meetings at Novo Cafe.
Really?
Yeah, Massimo and his wife, they're great people.
They are. They really are. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And we love that place. We go there all the time. In fact, we've been giving away some gift cards on our shows for Nova Restaurant. Some of our giveaways.
Yeah, I brought a couple for you guys too. So
Oh.
yeah, I got a couple $50 gift certificates. So
Well, there you go. Guys, you hear that? We're going to be giving away $50 gift certificates to Mrs. Olson Restaurant in Channel Islands, Oxnard, correct?
Yeah, Oxnard, yes.
Okay, beautiful. That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's great.
So,
Great. Well, good deal. So if you do, when you do get the time and you do go through your gun training, or if you end up doing that, I like to talk to you more about that once you do go through all that.
yeah, absolutely.
That really, really, intrigues me. I've been doing this for years. I've been bringing people to my range that have been, anti-gun or afraid of guns or whatever, and I put them through a safety training course. I take them out, I qualify them on the range, have some fun shooting, and I always sit down and have the conversation with them after all said and done. And I want to ask them, do you feel the same way about guns now? They say, absolutely not. I never knew that it could be this way. Now I feel safe. It was extremely fun for me to do it. It wasn't this deadly weapon that everybody portrays it out to be. Getting safety classes really changed my mind. And that's the whole key of the show, Open Arms. We want to show that safety is so important to gun ownership.
Yep.
And if more people do that, the safer we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and for me personally, when I was doing a lot of the speaking, and there was a lot of threats and stuff like that, we had security that was just, they had their guard card, but
Yeah.
then we had other ones that, they were fully, they were strapped and they had guns on them, and, you felt a lot more comfortable with those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
next to your side.
Yeah,
So
no doubt about it.
there's definitely power in that, and and peace of mind as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think everybody should have the right to own a gun.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you don't want to. That's fine. But
again-
you shouldn't tell anybody else what they can and can't
No,
do.
I respect someone who doesn't want it. I respect someone who does want it,
No.
I'm not telling you what to do. You don't tell me what to do. Simple as that.
Yeah.
We have the Second Amendment so we can have our rights.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I know it's because I'd raised my 3 kids, and I was always nervous that they would get into it.
Mhm.
But now it's just I think it's something I'm definitely going to follow through with. And I'll probably start next year.
Good.
And do
How old are your kids?
23, 22, and 19.
Okay, they still live at home with you, or are they out?
No, they're my son. He just moved back to Maryland, from Maryland with me. My other daughter's still in Maryland, and my oldest daughter, she's married, living down in North Carolina.
Very nice. That's another thing about the show, Open Arms. We really stress on family values. We feel we're losing that. And what you were just saying about the restaurant being open, having this lady come and hear that music and said families are coming into your restaurant and enjoying the night. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
Bringing the families back together, allowing them to go and do something enjoyable with each other.
Yep.
And you staying open like that was great for that reason alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that we're having a big issue with not having family values these days. It's causing a lot of mental health. I do know that for a fact, and we want to try to bring that back.
Yeah.
It may be really tough, but we're trying.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're family oriented.
Beautiful.
We have the same locals that come in, every week. They're there, every weekend, and being right there on the beach, there's a lot of people that have summer rentals. So they'll when they take their, they'll have their week that they come in every summer, and they come to our place religiously. They'll be there.
Very
If they're there 7 days, they'll eat breakfast there 7 days.
Oh, wow.
They're coming for the music and hang out, and it's fun because I've only been around the restaurant for about 4 years now, because I took it over from my dad. He just passed from Alzheimer's.
Oh,
He
sorry to
was
hear that.
battling Alzheimer's, but you know, he was big into the family values, you know, and he knew everybody, you know, and
Hmm.
Corinne Olson, the original owner, you know, she knew everybody, you
Yeah,
know, and now I'm getting to know everybody, and you know, it's cool because they come in and you know they want to see you, you know, but they
yeah.
also want to be recognized as well. You
Uh-huh.
know, they could go to a Denny's and they don't know who anybody is or anything, but they come to us, you know, and they get to know my name. It's a, you know, hug and you know they feel
Exactly.
comfortable, you
That's
know,
that's great.
and you know there's not a lot of places you know
No,
around that are like that.
I know
So.
it. I know it. That is awesome. That is just fantastic stuff. Now, Mrs. Olson's restaurant, is it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just breakfast? What is it?
It was originally known for it was called Miss Olson's Coffee Hut,
Okay.
but you know that was 50 years ago. So now you know we just serve decaf and regular. You know, Coffee Hut now is more like a Starbucks and that
Yeah.
type of atmosphere. But no, we do breakfast and lunch. You know,
Okay.
so we're open 7 days a week, and we do breakfast and lunch. Uh, During the week, we close at 2 o'clock. On the weekends, we have the live music.
Oh
So
yeah.
we have two outdoor stages, and we sell usually to about 4:35. You know, for the people out there dancing and having a
Oh
good
wow.
time. We have cornhole and you know
Oh
darts
nice.
and everything like that. So we have a good time. And you know, when I started doing the live music during COVID, it turned into its own monster and animal type of thing, you know, and it became this whole rock and roll thing. And, you know, so we have all, anywhere from jazz bands to punk night to reggae to rock and roll. And, you know, this week coming up, we have Stevie Nicks performing. And now we're starting to do a lot of the banda, the Mexican music,
Really?
which is, yeah, that's some of our
Huh.
biggest nights. You know,
Nice.
that place, it gets packed and, you know, it's a great atmosphere. And, you
Very
know,
good.
yeah. So, and then, you know, a lot of families come out, you know, to see these shows and get the concerts and, you know, because we're one of the only venues in Oxnard that can have 18 and over because we're grandfathered in with our
Oh,
alcohol
okay.
license.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, so there's you know a lot of places you can't bring your kids to see a show. You know, it's 21
That's
or
true.
over. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, so we have the ability to have you know under 18 and you know you just put different braces on them or whatever, but they can go with their parents. And they can see a reggae artist. You
Yeah.
know, they can see a rock and roll artist
Yeah.
and it's hard to do in Ventura County to be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
that's great.
yeah,
Well, this is all good stuff, man. I just really appreciate what you've done.
yeah, thank you.
It's fantastic. One more time, tell the audience where they can find Brave again.
It's Brave Coalition USA. Just look that up, and you know you'll find us.
Very good. And Mrs. Olson Restaurant is in the Channel Islands in Oxnard. Easy to find, correct? If you go up to the
Yeah,
Channel Islands.
yeah, you can find, and then also on YouTube. It started a while back. I just put all my videos on there because I got the nickname Public Nuisance. That was one of our charges. So
Oh wow.
that was a murder charge. They were killing people in the neighborhood, and so we actually changed our logo to it says Public Nuisance, like the old Public Enemy.
Uh huh.
You know,
Uh huh.
so it says Public Nuisance, and Miss Olson's, and our whole staff wore it through COVID, and sort of
Really?
yeah, just sort of like a slap back at the charge.
That's
And,
awesome.
yeah.
Man. So cool.
Yeah,
So
so
cool.
yeah, you know, yeah, you can the public nuisance channel on YouTube, and but yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Well, Matt, I really appreciate you coming in. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
It's
having me. I appreciate
people
you.
like you that make us strong. You know, it really does.
Yeah, I appreciate what you guys are doing too. It's you know, it's hard to find people that are just you know ready and willing to speak their mind and you know put their thoughts and beliefs out there and you know it's it's a long trip, but you know with Brave, you know, look at it now. I mean, we started just a couple of businesses, and now it's not public, but we're going to announce it probably another week or two. But I've actually talked to him. I'm bringing Bobby Kennedy Jr. to.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I'm bringing him into
Wow.
to Channel Islands. We're going to do a huge event for him, and you know that's crossing a lot of boundaries because you know we've always been considered this right-wing conservative, you know,
Uh
group
huh.
that's out, you know, and hates all the Democrats and everything. But you know, here we are bringing a Democrat in, you know, because the fact of the matter is, you know, they shut down every business.
Yeah.
They didn't shut down just the Republican or the Democrats. They shut down everybody.
Exactly.
And you know, there's a lot of Democrats they're involved with Brave,
Hmm.
you know, but we get labeled by the media as this right-wing conservative, you know, mega group, you know, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So, which we're not, you know, and you know, my job as the president of Brave is to bring these candidates, you know, to the people, let them hear from them directly, and make their own decisions. I'm
Yeah.
not here to tell anybody how to vote or what to vote on or who's the best guy. people and I'll have good discussions about it, but I don't tell anybody what to vote. You shouldn't do that. So, but yeah, it's going to be pretty cool because I think the last time a presidential candidate came through Ventura was over 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I'd like to have you come on September 9th.
Absolutely. We'll
That'd be
we'll
great.
definitely attend
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Well, Matt, you're a good man. I tell you, you do some great things.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it again coming on the show. Thank you very much, and I'm definitely coming out to Mrs. Olson's.
All right, look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, that's our show for today, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. It's openarms_defense training, and go to YouTube, Open Arms TV. Subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, and always remember safety, family, and the Second Amendment. See you later.